All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Put Me in Tears, the show where our takes may or may not
put you in tears.
put me in tears. That's me and Jake.
I got it this time.
Oh, we practiced it. You understood that?
We didn't practice it. That was first take.
Okay, so so today's episode, again with this stupid ass audio. Fuck this audio. Fuck this podcast and everything.
This podcast sucks.
I don't know, man.
The struggle behind this is crazy.
We've been at this. We've been trying to fix this stupid audio. We don't even know if it's gonna work after this for like the past 2 hours.
Is this video gonna get played? Whatever.
So I'm telling y'all this right now. If you think that making this shit is easy, especially with all this equipment, it's really not. It's
the lesson is don't go cheap on your products. just don't be cheap.
All right. But other than that, I mean, we're still here. We're still kicking. Still working hard. And big news coming from us for the rest. We're gonna have a studio soon. So stay tuned for that for the next upcoming episodes. Hopefully everything will work out in the studio, and we'll see how that goes. But we have a lot in store for this episode. We are going to talk about Apple's 100 greatest albums of all time. This whole episode is going to be themed around music, and we're going to talk about 2 albums that we think should have made the list.
Okay.
But before we get to that, let's just talk about the list in general. Me and Dory have been talking about this list for this past couple of weeks, and it's just so fucking funny to me.
Yeah. You know what it is though? Like the things that we thought we were just assuming we were just gonna make the list because we only saw 99 through or 100 through 90. Mm-hmm. So we were trying to pitch an idea of where it's gonna be. So the stuff that we said, what do you think is gonna make on the list? We thought is probably gonna be in the middle. Ended up fucking being under top 20. We were like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
It's so tough to gauge. It's so tough to gauge music because you and me, we were about to do this with Jake, so I felt like it would have been more of an input on the rock side aspect of it.
Oh, he's old school. He's more old school. Yeah,
but for some of the albums that were on there, I felt like they were justified just because we liked them and we're just oh, okay, that's what's up. But then I see a rock album getting higher, and then I'm okay, why is this higher than this? So it's kind of more so, the cool thing about this list is kind of just making us make sure that we understand what it's kind of telling us we just have to listen to more music to kind of understand why they're at certain places.
Well, that's the cool part about it though, is you see this list and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then you learn new music, and then you try to understand why these people made these lists, and then hopefully you discover a new artist and a new song.
I didn't. I'm not the man I used to be. Abbey Road? I don't know if that's from Abbey Road.
I'm not the man that I used to be. Isn't that Elton John?
Is that Elton John?
Rocket Man, right?
No.
I'm not the man I used to... I don't know.
I'm not the man I'm trying to sing the Beatles right now.
I don't know anything from the Beatles. I know Yellow Submarine.
All you need is love.
Oh, I know that song.
All you need is love. Love. Love's all you need. that's what... And hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello.
Oh, you know what's sad? What? I only know that song because of iPod commercials.
Yeah. I think that was the Color Shuffle.
Yeah.
But let's just talk about the top 10 in general, because we've been talking about the top 10. I'm just trying to understand the Lauryn Hill thing. I feel that's the talking point of that list.
Yeah, that threw me off. I wasn't expecting that, because I'm just kind of okay, I know Lauryn Hill, people love her, but in my head, I was trying to understand okay, what was it that really made that album number one? Because even when people just talk about top 100 list of anything, you never see that in the top 10.
Did I don't know, because
other people's list that was just a very specific Apple number one, where everybody was in agreement at Apple.
I know that's been there though. I know that's been like one of like the best albums. I'm assuming.
No, it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but that like I was just like, wow, that's over Michael Jackson and the Beatles. But then I'm just like, it throws you off because I'm just like, nobody talks about her.
But I feel like that's her career in general. Where I feel like that just works for her. I guess she's since nobody talked about her. That's the reason, kind of why like that album just showed how great it is. Because
I guess, but like even when I feel like you would hear it everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay,
I mean, you do that thing.
Yeah, on the radio, but like you don't like. I don't really hear her like at people's parties or anything like that, or. I mean, I know it's not that kind. Or you just sitting at the house kicking it.
Where's my girl Nora Jones? Ooh, don't know why.
Don't know about that one.
Nora Jones. I was talking to Dorian about Nora Jones because I didn't know Nora Jones for that song, but like album of the year. She won the album of the year for that year that song came out, and we haven't heard about that girl since.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Lauryn Hill is just something like I don't understand, and it's like it is what it is. You know,
that's the most surprising.
Yeah.
Blonde at number 5. We talked about that.
That's pretty crazy.
We talked about that. I speak very highly of Blonde for Frank Ocean. Like that is to me one of the greatest albums of all time. It was to me. I was already telling Dorian like where was it gonna be though?
But we didn't think it was gonna get placed down there.
Yeah, I didn't think it's gonna be 5, bro.
That one and Good Kid. I didn't think that shit was gonna be placed down there either. I was like, what the fuck are you doing over here?
I thought The Pimp a Butterfly was definitely the one.
Yeah, that was like the critically acclaimed one. I felt like
That's just insane to me though that everyone talked about To Pimp a Butterfly and yet Good Kid, Mad City made it over it.
But I kind of like that though. That like Good Kid was the one where we're like, okay, that's the Kendrick Lamar album we all like.
Biatch, okay, Biatch, okay. I still like that song. I like that one.
That was a good song.
If I can fuck the world in 72 hours, goddamn. What was those on there? And then I was talking to Dorian too about I guess Amy Winehouse is at number 8, I believe. What's that?
I can see that. I could like. I think people would just be like, "Oh my god, Amy Winehouse," but then I'm just kind of like, bro, like she did her songs, and then like they still hit, and then they aged well too. So it's just kind of like, all right, that's fair.
When you explained to me though that all of her hits were on that album, that's when I was kind of like, okay, now I understand.
Yeah,
like every one of her hits was on that album. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. And then like it's one of those things too, like somebody could just be like bumping that shit and you gonna sing to it. You hear Valerie, you're like, all right.
I gotta go to rehab and I said no.
That's the one song I don't like. But yeah, I get it.
She was the voice of the generation, right? One of those voices of the generation.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
What else was there? What else was surprising for us at top 10?
Lemonade.
Oh, Lemonade. Yeah, we've been talking about.
I didn't get that. I was like, when the fuck? I was like, what's on Lemonade?
Okay. Let's be choice words here because I don't know, man. Her fan base just be coming for like everyone that just be talking shit.
Okay, well, educate me. What's on Lemonade that's like?
I don't know.
That makes Beyonce.
If anything, I would have chose Sasha Fierce over. Lemonade
because I thought it was 4. I thought 4 was like the one from Beyonce that's like, oh, this is Beyonce right here.
It's the vulnerability though, bro. It's definitely the vulnerability that's what I feel of what she was talking about and the subjects that were brought up on that shit.
And Sasha Fierce?
No, it's not Sasha Fierce. Lemonade.
Oh, you listened to it?
No, but I remember when everybody was talking about it and the whole thing was just.
Is that the one that she did? That was like the first album she put on Tidal.
Yeah,
and then she like dropped
exclusive.
it but didn't tell anybody.
That was the Tidal exclusive.
Yeah,
but that was the one where I think she talked about Jay-Z cheating.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think that's. I don't know if she
talked about the elevator.
Yeah, I don't know if she done that before. If she's talked about cheating beforehand in her songs, but I'm assuming like the vulnerability of that album really like took it over.
She's always talked about trifling men.
I mean, that's how I'm seeing it, to be honest with you. That's how I'm seeing like number 10. So it just makes sense. I mean, of course you're going to have Beyonce in top 10, but It's.
I mean, I'm not knocking Beyonce, but
I know I'm not knocking Beyonce either. Like, you kind of just expect her.
She a baller. She pops off, bro.
I really. This top 10. She had 2 albums on this list too.
Did she?
Yeah, she had Beyonce, and then Lemonade. I don't know what Beyonce was.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Beyonce made it, and I was like, okay. I mean, I guess. See, that's what I mean. Like, this list is so funny to me because all the albums I thought were gonna be on here just were not on this list. And
I know. Well, so what do you think should have been on the list then?
And that goes into our segment. Of it's not really a segment, but it's
well, that's what we're talking about today. What should have been on there?
Yeah, we're talking about albums that should be on there, honestly. And
yeah,
I'm gonna let Dorian go first and say his 2, and then like if we have enough time, then we'll just
have some more.
We'll just have some more that we think. But what's your 2?
Well, you know what? I will say one because I have like 3 in my head. I'll go with the one you kind of already stated, or you know what? No, I'm not gonna go with that one. I thought Carter 3 should have been on there. Lil Wayne's Carter 3.
No Lil Wayne on that thing.
Like that tripped me out. Where I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Like I was expecting him to show up, and I was just kind of like, cause like me and a coworker were talking about it too. He was just like, bro, that was like one album that like first week it came out, it like sold 1 million copies. Like that was like unheard of at the time. And then just like all the songs that are on there, I'm just like, yeah, that shit was crazy. Like
what song was that? What songs were there?
Mr. Carter, Amelie, what's it called? Lollipop.
Lollipop. That was 2008.
What's the one with Bobby Valentino?
I don't know.
Mrs. Officer, whatever the fuck it's called.
I just know the hits. Is How to Love on that?
Huh?
How to Love on that?
No, that was later down the line. I forgot all the names, bro.
617 on that?
No. That was out there.
One of his best songs.
But like it was, well, you can look at it and you'd be like, oh, I remember this song. But there's a lot of songs on there where I was just like, okay, like a lot of these were bangers, and then like they were always on the radio and all that stuff. So and then people just in general just talk about Lil Wayne so highly because like he's a lot of people's goats, bro. Like he can really rap, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a really good rapper. And yeah, that tripped me out. And then like it trips me out even more because there was some albums that I saw on there and I was just like, why is that on there and not Lil Wayne? Like I just think that's crazy.
Where'd you put that? You don't have to say a specific number, but
you can put it in the middle.
Yeah, that's middle type for me too. I feel like I would put that there.
You can put it in the middle,
like 50s.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, oh, okay, we have like a honorable mention from like 101 to 110. Like they mentioned that.
Yeah, they probably will. Yeah. So what about your second one?
Oh, you just back. Yeah. Pimp a Butterfly. I thought Pimp a Butterfly should have been one. Yeah.
That's like mind blowing that Pimp a Butterfly didn't make it.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick not having 2 is just crazy.
Then I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that Good Kid, Mad City was the one that made it. And then on top of it, it made it to the top 10. And then like that one was the one where it didn't get anything in awards or whatever, but it was just there. And they speak so highly of it. So I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. That Macklemore beat that.
Oh yeah, Macklemore. Nice.
The Heist beat that. How come Macklemore is not kidding?
That's my favorite song. Same up.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Hate that song.
Downtown. That's not even the album that we're talking about.
Right? We're just listening shit.
Okay, I'm not gonna knack Macklemore as if like I wasn't singing them fucking hits. Them hits were funny as fuck.
Yeah, Pimp a Butterfly. Because I'm like, even to this day, like, I guess people are like, oh man, it's just too deep. Like, I don't have anything to... Like, I can listen to some songs and I'm just like, oh, this is nice.
Down.
If These Walls Can Talk, that's like one of my favorite songs on that album.
I'm not really a big Kendrick listener, especially with that album. To me, like, Damn is my favorite album from him. But I mean, I could respect Pimp a Butterfly for all that it did.
No, Pimp a
And
Butterfly is good. Like it aged well.
Ken Kuda. That's my favorite song out of. That's my favorite song out of that album.
That's all. See, that doesn't bug me too. I don't like that one song. I love myself.
No,
It's like the affirmation song. I was just like,
he had another one too. What was it?
I was just like,
All
I don't
right.
like,
That's all right though.
we gonna be all right.
Yeah,
No,
all
that
right.
one's fine.
Yeah,
I like
that
that
one's
one.
cool. That one's
If you
cool.
hear me, you can see, yeah, I
Turns
know
out.
that one.
I should ask you like what should be like what's like his best like turn up songs.
Money Trees. I think that's like the number one.
Yeah,
Like consensus is like Money
Swimming
Trees.
Pools.
Swimming
Everyone
Pools.
likes Swimming Pools.
What else?
Element's
Poetic
really good.
Justice.
Oh, Poetic Justice is good. Element's good too.
Element.
The Black Panther. Some of the Black Panther songs are really good too.
That was a really good album.
Yeah, from
That motherfucker carried that album.
from what's it? TD. Yeah,
TDE?
yeah, TD.
No,
TD made that
no.
one.
It's just Kendrick and
TD.
those dudes from fucking what's it called?
That's
Who else is from TDE is on there? It's besides SZA.
I thought everybody there. SOB. No?
SLB. I don't think they're part of TDE.
No, I just like that song too. Paramedic. I got a paramedic in the street.
Dude, that's a really good album. I think that's what, like, on some real shit, if it wasn't for that album, I don't think that movie would have been as big as it was.
That's an add-on.
Like, it
That
put
was
so much,
added.
but it put so much personality into Black Panther because that character in that movie was bland. He's a bland character.
I have no say in that.
You said something. No,
Okay.
let's be real. Like,
No, I always thought Dory that. I was like, dude,
Chadwick Boseman's character
that
was
was-
so bland in the movie.
he really was bland. He was better in Civil War than he was in Black Panther, which is like kind of insane to me.
Yeah, and so like that movie like put some personality into that motherfucker.
And you
You're
like Creed? You like Creed take over your movie? It's kind of just like
what do you mean Creed took over your movie?
Michael B. Jordan. Adonis.
Oh, I get what you said. Like, you made him the star of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, I feel like a lot of people talk more about Michael B. Jordan than Homeboy.
Yeah. But you know what? I think in that second movie, he was gonna get his like redemption, where he was gonna pop off, and you're like, oh, I kind of like Chadwick, or I like Black Panther now.
Yeah. Well,
But you know,
wait, where would you put Timon Butterfly? Would you replace that with Good Kid? I think that's
you know what? You could,
you could.
but no. I put it outside of the top 10,
Yeah, it's probably
like a 15, like a
Yeah.
15, like 16.
You would go do my girl Adele like that though. Adele deserved her 15. I'm glad Adele made that shit too.
I thought Adele was gonna. I thought on some real shit. I thought it was gonna be Adele where Kendrick is, and then Kendrick where Adele is.
Yeah.
That's the trippy part about this list. That's why I'm like, you know what? I like that. It's different.
And Sam Smith made that list too. Oh, dude,
Did
it would
he?
have been over. Nah, it would have been crazy
Oh,
though if he
okay.
did. His debut album should have made that shit. That shit was crazy.
But see, like, I think the shock value in that number one, like, threw everybody off. Where you're just kind of like, okay, like it's different, and like that. Like, I wasn't expecting that, but I'm not gonna fight it and be like, oh no, you're wrong. I'm just like, okay, I accept it.
Yeah. So one of the albums I feel like I was talking to you about is the
Coldplay.
no, not Cold. Don't get me started. Low key though. No. I'm gonna go with Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. That's
Really?
yes.
Man,
Dude,
you
you
got,
can't disrespect that album. You really can't.
I put
If
Britney Spears
1989
before I put fucking Katy Perry in
Hell
there.
no, bro.
Hell yeah.
Dude, there were so many hits off Teenage Dream though.
That was the one. That's the one you're fighting for.
Yes. Teenage Dream is their best album. And it transcended pop, bro. Dude.
Did
there
it?
was so many number one fucking if 1989 can make this list, I'm pretty sure Teenage Dream should have made
Because
this
I
list.
feel like 22. Bitch, I hope the fuck you do. I like that.
TGIF.
Nah, that's not it. I'm sorry.
TGIF, Teenage Dream, Firework.
I'm sorry,
I mean,
Chief.
are we just talking about just because like
Bro, not everybody's a 16-year-old girl.
okay, but if 1989 could make it or Lady Gaga's first album made that shit, why couldn't Teenage Dream?
Because, like, what impact are you, like, displaying to people that you're a 16-year-old girl?
But we're talking about sales. I guess we're talking about sales, production.
You're talking about numbers. Numbers-wise, yes.
Numbers wise, and then dude, but we can't talk about like pop culture. Like, bro, that's album is a part of pop culture, though.
Taylor Swift, man. Taylor Swift got that in the bag. She had that in the bag of like being like a 16-year-old girl, and then she had like, you know, all the people like, you know, listening to her jam. She got the country people listening to her jam. She putting people on that don't listen to that kind of music onto her, you know.
Okay, let's not compare her to Taylor Swift, because I don't think that's any debate. Let's compare her to Lady Gaga at least, because I'm not putting Teenage Dream up high. Like,
well, Lady Gaga is kind of. I thought Lady Gaga was like. I'm not surprised Lady Gaga is up there, because I'm like, bro, she was doing some. Well, yeah, that, and then even the next album after, like, she was doing some crazy shit. Well, not crazy shit, but like she was moving different.
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
she was moving different.
Let's go. Okay, so
he said, let's go.
No,
go where?
Let's go. No, I'm saying like let's really break it down right now.
Yes.
Okay, so you're telling me that 1989. You listened to 1989, correct?
No, I didn't listen to that.
That's Blank Space and like.
I don't know what the fuck Blank Space is.
Okay, well,
I just like 22.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
but you're telling me like, because I know you listen to Teenage Dream, you listen to songs,
I like it.
You listen to.
I like it, but that doesn't mean like the consensus like it.
I honestly did feel like though that should have made that shit. That's just me. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe the consensus doesn't like Katy Perry like that, but we're not gonna sit here and act like she wasn't like putting up like chart rocking
I get
numbers.
That,
you
but
know?
I feel like you can sub in any of these. I'm not okay. Let me. Like, I feel like with Katy Perry, she's good and she did put up numbers, and like she makes really great music, but at the same time,
it's not
like
impactful.
Like it wasn't like I just don't remember people like sitting up there being like, I need to go see Katy Perry. I need to go like get a Katy Perry ticket. I need to wear a Katy Perry t-shirt. Like I didn't see the impact of like what Katy Perry brought into like the media or like the rest or to the rest of us or whatever. And
she did a lot for pop though, man. She really did a lot for pop though.
Yeah, but like what I don't know. I guess I'm like dumbing it down for myself, but like what was her thing that made like what was it that Katy Perry was doing that you were like, all right, that's a Katy Perry fan right there.
I more so saw it as there.
Like if I see somebody on the street that's like, you know, I rep Lady Gaga, I'll be like, all right, you rep Lady Gaga, or like I'm a Swiftie, like I'm like, all right, I know you look like a Swiftie. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
I just saw that like there were so many hits, like good songs back to back on that album.
Yeah,
that's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah,
because it's not even like
it has play value.
That's what. Yeah, like I could always replay it back, and I'm like, I'm never annoyed of these songs, even if like all of them were playing on the radio and shit. I was never annoyed of that shit.
Yeah. No, I get you. No, I'm not knocking you, bro. Like.
Because I'll be the first to tell you,
like it's close. I'm not saying like you know what I'm saying. And then on top of it too, like you kind of like educated me on Katy Perry because like I don't know, just growing up, I just never had people bring her up.
But she was there. That's what I'm saying. Like she was everywhere.
Like yeah, but a lot of artists were there, but they weren't like doing crazy things.
It was her and Gaga.
No, Gaga. You when Gaga was there, you knew Gaga was there. Though.
And she was there too. She was right there with her. Like I'm telling you. But I mean, I said, I'm not putting it high. I'm probably gonna put that within the 90s.
Well, Gaga had all of June backing her up, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like the way she dressed, she was moving differently. Like to me,
where I was the girl.
Gaga was doing that shit all day, so it was like it didn't even matter. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, when I was growing up, like when I watched the MTV Movie Awards, I was just like, damn, Gaga got everybody on lock paying attention to her, and like her shit's getting bumped up all the time. And she had the feature with Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like people were looking out to her.
Kendrick got Missy Elliott.
Wait, what?
Katy Perry got Missy Elliott.
Well, you know,
TGIF.
hey,
TGIF remix.
she got Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
You know,
California Girls was on that too. Oh,
yeah,
dude.
but like, you know what I'm saying? But like, Gaga was doing stuff that were like people. I started seeing people do afterwards, where you start to see the rest of everybody following suit in her and how she's moving. But like, nobody was doing the shit that she was doing. And then on top of it, like, she was making her ass dance. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think she knew how to. I don't know how well she is of a dancer, but like, she looked like she was picking that shit up and she was just moving with it. She's like, I'm gonna be a performer.
Okay, but can you agree with me though that
But
it should have made the list?
Katy Perry?
Yes.
No.
Katy Perry should have made the list.
No,
Ah,
I'm
hater.
sorry.
Hater.
Sorry,
Whatever.
bud.
Whatever. Okay. For my next album though, maybe you'll like this one.
Okay.
Okay. And I just thought about it right now and I was just very surprised. Fruidian by Daniel Caesar. Fruidian by Daniel Caesar. One of the best R&B soul albums. What is it? R&B soul, I guess.
This is R&B.
One of the that was
Fruidian, yeah. Sure.
Fruidian is
Yeah.
that's like Frank Ocean to me. That's like Frank Ocean level to me.
No,
Not
I didn't
high.
know the magnitude of Daniel Caesar until we did that one TikTok, and I was like, oh damn, people really like Daniel Caesar like that.
Not up high. I mean, I feel like if he didn't get canceled, he would have made that list.
So, but Kanye's on the list.
Nah, but he deserved to. That was a punishment for him.
Oh, he only gets one, and it's not in the top 10.
I know it's not even the ones that everyone's bumping that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Fruidian is the one for me where I just wow. That is one of the albums I first listened to and I fucking teared up. I will like listen to that shit. I never fucking do that shit. I never
You
take
don't
music.
tear up.
No, I just never take
No.
music that seriously for me to like tear up and go like, damn, like this motherfucker going through it. Like,
Mm. Oh, that's good.
but Fruidian, I'm very, very surprised about Fruidian not being there. But
How do you feel about SZA being on the list?
wrong album.
Oh shit!
Wrong album.
Damn.
Control's way better than SOS. I'm sorry, man. I don't know about that one. I mean, I guess SOS.
Oh, maybe it's just because of the production value.
Probably.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
the extra stuff outside of just lyrics and
I knew SZA was gonna make it though. You didn't think SZA was gonna make it?
That was a surprise.
SOS and
I didn't know she had it. She had it on lock like that.
It was either SOS or Control, bro.
You know, it was a surprise.
What?
Fucking Astro World. But then you know what? Astro World was a lot, and for it to just crack the 90 through 99 or through 100, that's crazy. Because Astro World was a lot.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what's.
Bro, that nigga was dropping shoes. He was doing festivals,
That's what I'm saying.
concerts.
That year was crazy.
Is just doing wild shit, and it was just like, oh, he's here. You know what I'm saying? Fortnite. He was on Fortnite all day, every day. He was everywhere, and it just for it to crack it. But I don't know if that's gonna age well.
I'm not really.
But I
mean,
get it though.
I got some bops. I got some bops on fucking Astro World.
I get
You
it though.
can say, oh, no. That's where that fool started.
Yeah.
Don Toliver.
That's one of my favorite songs on the album.
Don Toliver.
Yeah.
He should have made it.
No,
Baby, take
no.
your time. dude.
He's not ready. He's not ready.
Oh.
Yeah. But
But yeah, I mean, you have nothing to say about Fruidian. I feel like you just didn't care about that.
Fruidian?
Yeah.
What do you mean by I didn't care about it?
You just had no input on that. You were just like, well, I guess.
I agree with you.
You think you should have made it, really?
I'm like, okay, I can see that.
But so where I would put it, I probably would put that. It probably would have made 50, top 50s.
No, it's for me. It's from 90 to 100.
90 with 100.
It just cracks it. Yeah. I'm like, all right. If it's like 96, I'm like, all right.
I remember when before Jake left here, I talked about. I can't believe you actually knew about John Mayer, which is like very surprising to me.
Yeah.
But Continuum too is
No, he listens to a lot of music.
like Continuum is the one for me where that should have kind of made the list too. But
You be thinking that fool's like grunge. I'm like, he's not a grunge dude. Who taught me? Jake. He's not grunge, bro.
I just think he's like full on like rock and like not.
And he's like what is he like? From what I know, is what he's in the ballpark of like rock from the 70s to the 90s, and then like his little extracurricular artist that he likes from then on. But like all those people,
Man, that's how polarizing. I don't know how people's consent. I don't know the consensus of what the list, how people reacted to this list, but to me, it is so cool that once they dropped this list, we were still talking about it, like still 2 weeks like later from now, and I feel like people are still going to be talking about it because like just making the claim of all time, just putting the of all time, kind of ironic because that's what we do. When you put of all time, people just be talking. It's just
no, it's cool. Yeah, it's a cool thing to do, and I think people really appreciate lists. And like even me, like I'm just like, oh wow, like this is cool. But it's I don't know. I think it really was a list to like switch up the game because you always would see, oh, it's fucking the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Prince, and then maybe another like rock band, and just whoever they want to throw in their last minute. But times have changed and shit's aged well and shit's not aged well, and you know, like people are, you know, having their opinions on things and disagreements on things, and it's cool to see. But I mean, I feel like it's always going to be like within the top 10. You're always going to throw Jay-Z in there. I'm sorry, not Jay-Z. You're always going to throw Jackson. You're always going to throw Prince in there. You're always going to throw the Beatles in there. I guess now Beyonce.
That's a whole another thing. I'm just going to end it. I'm just going to end this segment with just like my last part of this of, okay, Thriller, that's just weird. I'm sorry. Like Thriller not at number one is just like such a cop out for me.
I feel always been number one.
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
Why
it's been number one for a reason, you know. And
well, I don't think that Lauryn Hill made that much of an impact. You basically, I feel like I don't know. Let me see it. I don't know what they're basing their picks off of, but I know for a fact
that album's not better than Thriller.
I ain't putting no fucking Lauryn Hill album over fucking Thriller. Like Thriller is like the one where everybody knows. Your mama knows. Your son knows. Your uncles and aunties know. Like everybody knows that. You can go to a different country and sit up there and say Michael Jackson. You don't even have to speak the language. They'll be like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like there's like it's like no disrespect to Lauryn Hill, but it's like that's kind of disrespectful to MJ. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
even the Beatles, you could say Beatles. People be like, "Oh yeah, I know who the Beatles are."
That's what I'm saying. Even Beatles, like too, but like I'm saying, like shout out to Lauryn Hill. I mean, me and Dorian still don't understand. I don't really understand.
Yeah, I think it's just like we've seen the number 1 and 2, 3 over and over again. That now it's like we need to switch it up. Like to me, in all honesty, I'm surprised it's not Prince. If anything, where I'm like, I know more Michael Jackson than I did Prince. Well, I feel like the way times are moving now, I feel like you would put Prince up there, but I guess Prince isn't the guy. But yeah, that's okay. Well, I mean, that's our opinions on everything. Honestly, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, me and Dorian don't listen to a lot of music. I mean, I feel like I listen to more like wide range of stuff than Dorian, but even I'm looking at fucking. I listen to rock music. You don't listen to shit. I listen to AC/DC. You listen to Broadway? You don't listen to Broadway. I don't. I said I listen to rock music. That's what I'm saying. I listen to rock music too. I listen to fucking alternative rock. I listen to alternative rock. Let's compare the music we listen to right now. All right. Okay. I listen to R&B. I listen to hip hop. I listen to Broadway. I listen to instrumentals. I listen to movie soundtracks. I listen to movie soundtracks. I listen to video game soundtracks. I listen to media soundtracks. Huh? Media soundtracks. What does that mean? Yeah. What? Talking about media soundtracks. It's a genre. Fucking audiobooks. Like, I listen to audiobooks. Fuck you. I have Spotify Premium. Fuck you.
Dude. But I'm just saying, like, even for us, like, we're just there's so much music that I can't say like
outside of whatever genre you listen to, you're gonna have a couple artists outside of what you normally listen to. You're gonna listen to them and just either you vibe with them or you don't. Honestly, music is like that, man. You could be from a fucking different. Your shit can be like foreign as fuck to me, But if it's on the same wavelength as whatever I normally listen to, I'll listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit! I'm like, that's why people love anime openings, bro. Because you be fucking
Anime
bumping that shit,
openings.
and you be
I listen
getting
to anime
hyped up.
openings too.
I sometimes if I'm bored, I'll drink an energy drink and fucking listen to some fucking anime openings or some EDM shit, and just to get me going.
Me and Dorian, we always go back to like Kingdom Hearts 3, and we.
I don't go back to Kingdom Hearts. You know what? Some real shit. I'll go back to some Naruto.
Yeah, Naruto has good theme songs. But like that song with Skrillex and
Oh, that song is so funny.
Skrillex and I don't want to butcher her name, Utada.
I don't know
That's
the name.
it. But the one that sings the songs for Kingdom Hearts, that song is so fun. Let me face, my beard.
I like video game songs.
Yeah.
Video game songs are pretty cool,
That could be a
especially
whole
when
thing.
they're creative.
Dude, they made like a top 100 like video game like music. That should be funny.
It'd probably be some Final Fantasy would be up there. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. But so segueing from this, we can just probably just keep on going on about what should have been or what could have been.
Oh,
But,
I got one for you.
we have we have the uncomfortable questions with Jig, but it's Dorian today.
Oh, okay.
So but if you want to have a question for me, you can have a question for me.
I don't have a question for you because I forget about the segment sometimes, but I do want to bring up one album I feel like surprisingly didn't make it.
What?
Which I feel like you would agree.
What?
24 Karat by Bruno Mars.
That changed the game.
That's a
changed the
big
game.
one.
That changed the game because it's like 9 good songs. No album has ever done that.
You
Short
could play,
track
You
list?
could play through the whole album and not skip.
That was one of the albums that had a short track list, and
The one
like
song I don't like is I forgot what it's called. It's my birthday.
Perm.
Yeah,
Perm's even like the one I could stomach too.
that's what I'm
If
saying.
you're in the right mood, you play Perm. But that's funny. that you brought
That's like
that
a
up.
couple.
I forgot about that. Damn, we could put more. But
Yeah,
okay,
I don't know
so-
why I just did two.
okay, so for my uncomfortable question for you though,
What's up?
I'm gonna ask you: should music be a red? Like, when people listen to music, the type of music that people listen to, should that be a red flag? Is that a red flag for you?
Yeah,
Like whether in friendships or like relationships.
friendships, no. Relationships, yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Relationships?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because music influences you a lot. So a lot of people kind of take on the mindset of these artists sometimes when they're saying whatever they're saying. And on top of it too, like, you listen to music because you feel like some type of relationship with the music. So if I heard somebody, or if I met somebody and they were just like bumping some shit that just talks about like fuck this nigga, fuck that nigga, fuck all these niggas out here, like it's all about getting that money, like it's all about me and all that stuff. Like that's your whole entire like library. I'm gonna question you, and I'm gonna be like, so what do you mean by all this? Why are you listening to all this? I mean, you could be bumping shit just because you like the beat and all that shit, but I feel like after a while, you're just gonna be like, okay, I want to listen to some music. Like, and I know people that are like that, you know.
I don't feel like that should be a red flag, because at the end of the day, you're gonna learn to love that music, no matter if you hate it in the beginning.
Well, I'm talking about your whole library, not necessarily like artists are here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about more so like your whole library. Like, what does your whole library like say? You know what I'm saying? And if it's just literally on one topic, then I'm gonna just be like, okay, something's wrong with that.
The one thing
But that's so specific where I'm just like, even people that like listen to crazy shit, I'm just like, all right.
The one
that's
thing
cool.
I'll tell you though is that if you're not down to like listen to other music, that's what fucking annoys me. Like, if you're just fully like focused on one genre of music.
Okay, so that's like, okay, so for example, what if you know, especially you dating a girl and then she's like, oh, I'm just all into EDM. That's it.
No,
Okay, so there you go.
I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, that does bug you. Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't even get me started with EDM.
and then she's like, "This is my shit." And
Let's play, let's play.
And you just like, bro, I just want to sit and just chill. Well, you know,
Dude,
you're just gonna assume that like she's just a party girl and she's just on a bunch of shit.
Sometimes like you listen to EDM, since I don't listen to EDM, it makes me feel like I'm just old. Like I don't get it.
To me, when you listen to EDM, like that's what I'm saying. Like to me, when you listen to EDM, like either you work out all the time or you like to party. You like to party. Why, boy? Wasted might not make it.
Someone please explain to me why EDM someone explain to me the appeal of EDM because
They just say it's about the drops.
I mean I can see it. I mean like, but sometimes the shit that I like the Chainsmoker fucking Closer or something, people are like, I don't think that's not real EDM.
That's like house music, isn't it?
I don't know. See, that's the difference.
See, like if you listen to house music, I'd be like, all right.
I see. That's the thing. I don't even know the difference between like house and EDM.
House music's like calm, and then like EDM's like just the fuck. You're just all about the drops and shit. It's like the trap music for that world. It's like you want to go hard. Like it's that.
I just don't want to judge. I really don't want to judge people based off like their music picks. But it's like that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's just if you're not vibing with music and stuff, like you're just like, oh my god, like what can I do here? Like.
I get you being in those situations where you just don't get it, but everybody's just with it. Either you just pound some shots away, or you just
or you just mess around, or you just messing around, just dancing that shit like
yeah,
the stupidest way or something.
You entertain yourself somehow.
That's rare though. That's rare though for me because I feel like within every genre, I feel like I could find like good music within it.
Yeah, you can always find somebody.
Like Afrobeats now. Like you introduced me to some Afrobeat songs. I was like, okay, this is actually pretty cool, Daddy. This is actually pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I like Afrobeats.
You just gotta find that one song from every genre, and then you're just gonna be like, what? I want more songs like this. And then
also too, like these genres, they change after a while. It's not like they just stick to the same thing over and over. They age.
Yeah. Well, I mean. Just music. We just talk about music like so much. I feel like we've just been talking about this fucking list for like the past couple of weeks. So let's end it. Let's end it with that. All
right.
But I feel like we hit a lot of points about this list.
Did we?
Shit. I mean, we talked about top 10. We talked about albums that should have made it.
We talked about top 10. Yeah, we got our points across.
But it's gonna be crazy though. I don't know when's that next list. I don't know what that next list is.
Are they gonna do it?
100 years? I don't know.
100 years.
The next 100 years.
They ain't gonna do 100.
Next list is gonna
Spotify, you're up.
I know, bro.
Spotify, you do your list.
Spotify is definitely gonna drop something this year.
Nah, if I was Spotify, I wouldn't do it this year. Then it's gonna be half-assed. Your thing is, Spotify is more focused on you as the person, being like, this is what you like, and if they were to make a list, I would just wait.
Yeah.
If they do, they're gonna hit you with algorithms and numbers, and I'm just like, it's gonna be distasteful.
Yeah, but I mean, we all love music. Me and Dorian love music, and all you like all music too. Let us know. Let us know what y'all think about the top 10 in the comments, and
I know, educate us. What do you think should have been on the top 10?
Yeah, let us know like what album.
So we can listen to. I want to listen to some new shit.
Like, let me know what albums you think should have made it.
I'll be bumping Fleetwood Mac now.
That was 11. But I'm saying. But that's pretty much it for us, man. It was a really long day trying to figure this out. But but pretty much thank you guys for listening. If you guys want to catch me, Dorian or Jake or Raven on video, you can catch us on the TikTok, Thomas.dejesus. Just hit 150,000. So we're on our way to 200,000. Lit. And that's pretty much it. I mean, catch us in our new studio soon. So stay tuned for that.
If we get to 200,000, me and Thomas are going to box.
Okay. Maybe. He didn't run that by me, but maybe. If
you heard it here. Breaking news.
If you make it happen, maybe.
Let's see who wins.
Thank you guys again for watching us.
You decide who wins.
This has been another episode of Put Me in Tears, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Commercials.
Do you want to get something? What are you doing?
Got my little secret cone it over here. Don't look. Don't look.
What are you touching? Why are you touching it? Are you gonna drink it or what?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Keep the story going.
All right.